Okay, hi. I'm hoping that you can hear me. Please let me know in the comments, James, if you can hear me, since it seems like you're the only one here. Hi, how you doing? Um, I hope that you can hear me. Let's see, is this going out live right now yet? Let's see, where's my monitor? Anyway, still trying to get this all straightened out and working properly. Um, let's see. Yeah, I hope you can hear me. Yeah, this is not a New Year's resolution that I'm going to do more content. This was always in the plan, was to start doing more content this year, and doing a lot. Getting back to doing live is part of that. I was looking over here just now. Let's see, where was that? Playlists? No? Yes. No. No. Live. Here we go. Live. And the last time that I did a nightly the nightly draw was um, August of 2018. Oh, yikes. And then the last time that I did it regular, when I was doing it regularly, that was 2017. So that was like 10 years. That was like 10 years. It seems like 10 years ago. It seems like 10 years now, doesn't it? That was 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago. Anyway, so we're gonna try to get this going here live. Let's see if there's anybody else. Okay, okay. You probably, yeah. I know the audio is not the greatest in the world because it's kind of weird. I've got the video coming through right now that you're looking at there, like the old 3D and the SETV. Would you like some? Yeah. Um, that's a GoPro, and then I'm using this Logitech webcam as the microphone. So yeah, the audio's kind of iffy because I really can't monitor it. I don't not really set up for that. I do want to eventually get set up to use this lav. I have a lavalier, very nice little lavalier. Um, I've got a mixer down here. That's going to have to wait until um, the big move. I'm selling the house. I'm getting rid of this house, and I'm going to be moving to an apartment that a friend of mine has in his house. It's a mother-in-law suite, and there's a huge space. It's bigger than this room, um, where I'm going to be able to set up the studio, and I've got a lot of content. Um, like for example, here, this is all of the stuff that I'm preparing for the um, computing, and then I got another one just like it that is full of stuff that is full of scripts or script ideas for the cartooning channel, and then I'm going to be doing some courses for Udemy that I'm going to sell. Um, oh, that's odd. Oh, okay, I see what that is. All right. Anyway, um, so yeah, I'm getting rid of this black hole of a house. Uh, it's it's I just need to get out of here. But anyway, but that's going to mean more content and more regular content. I want to get back to doing Accidental Centaurs, which we'll get into in a moment. Um, so yeah, um, got lots of stuff that I'm going to be launching into. And let's see, is anybody else? Is there anybody else out there? I'm trying to find. See, where's my analytics? My analytics. There's analytics overview. I was looking at one just a moment ago that told me how many people were on the chat, were on the watching this, and now I can't find it. That's 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 YouTube for you. Um, well, and it's also my own fault for not um, for closing that page. Let's see, audience. It should be there, but it doesn't say uh, data processing. Oh well, I don't know. So anyway, hope you had a good Christmas. Hope you had a happy New Year. Um, I know, James, you got a new gig. Congratulations on that. That's great news. I am going to be working on plain brown wrapper. I'm not going to show the real cover to this because that's not exactly family friendly, but there's plain brown wrapper, and your stuff is in here. Magic Man is in here for. Um, so I would like to do another. Uh, so someone is, hey, okay, the two upvotes. Okay. Well, hey, whoever you are watching, please say hello in the chat, because this is kind of a two-way thing. Actually, what I want to do is once I get settled over at my friend's house, is I want to set this up with Discord so that we can use the voice chat and bring that in so that so you guys, instead of just doing the chat thing, you can actually talk to me and I can hear you. It'll be an interesting experiment to see, yeah, how that works. So we'll see what we can do there. Now, I oh, here it is. All right, so let's do some drawing, shall we? Here is the master book for Accidental Centaurs, and so I was looking at it earlier today, and there's some things in here that are a little that are kind of embarrassing. First off, this is the story document, which has the story outline, characters, all of that stuff, and let's see. Let me move this over here. There we go. There's the date that I started this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All I can say is, yeah, and it's been a rough couple of years. It really has. I for 5 years I was taking care of my mother and trying to do this, and that didn't work. And then when she passed, I was trying to get my career back up and going, and then the mystery virus of unknown origin arrived, and you know, put the kibosh on that. So, um, but I do have a story actually all planned out, and in fact, um, these are the finished pages. As you can see, when I finished them off, I printed them off on photo paper and then put them in the slip pages. And then back here are the oh, it's about to start raining here in just a moment. Raining here in Atlanta. So the pages are thank you again. Thank you for your sympathies there. Um, that's I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Um, so the pages we're going to work on tonight will be going up to Patreon and not the Accidental Centaurs website, and there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is, well, here's the Accidental Centaurs website. Yeah, I need to talk about that for a moment, I guess. Before I had a WordPress site that was running the Accidental Centaurs website, and um, I really hate um, WordPress as a engine for doing webcomics. In fact, if you ask me what I think about it, here's what I think. Here's what I think about WordPress for webcomics. Yeah, I've been waiting to use that joke. Um, so uh, so I took it down. I was just tired of it and tired of maintaining it and dealing with WordPress and all of that. So I took it down and put up that kind of placeholder site with the intention of writing a new webcomics platform, which I've done before. Accidental Centaurs used to run on custom software that I wrote in PHP. Uh, and actually did a pretty good job for a while. Um, I've been doing a lot of work lately with Node.js and Vue, and which, if you're not familiar with that, it's a framework for doing widgets and things like that, for building apps in Node.js, which is a server-side version of JavaScript. And I just haven't had the time to do that because, well, reasons. So I wanted to have it up and running for the 20th anniversary of Accidental Centaurs, which is coming up on the 15th of January. So less than 2 weeks, 2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks from today is the 20th anniversary of Accidental Centaurs. Um, I will probably celebrate it by just changing out that website to say happy anniversary, happy 20th anniversary, because I just have not had a chance to relaunch it. The pages that I'm going to do tonight will be on Patreon. So um, that's where all of the pages have been going since I, anyway, and um, so that's going to be where it'll be for the time being. And then I will probably, once I get a little further along, I get a little stable and established, then I'll just do a big relaunch with Accidental Centaurs, probably for year two. Speaking of which, and proof that year two exists. I know I've been talking about it for 10 years. Um, where is it? It's in here somewhere. Here we go. Year two. I do have an outline. I have an outline for year two. Here it is. Outline for year two. Um, it was dated 2 years ago, but that was just the latest version. I haven't printed this off again. Um, how time flies when you're having fun. Oh, is that what it's called? Okay, well, thanks for clearing that up. I was trying to put a word to it. I didn't think it was going to be fun, but and no, I'm serious. Seriously, it has been. Um, I've met some great people, and because of this, I got to be in the National Cartoonist Society. How I can't, I got to hang out with Jack Davis and Sergio Aragonis and Mike Peters and Roy Doty and all of these cartoonists whose work I admire. So I can't complain. I can't complain. I can make jokes about how slow my progress is, but I can't complain. But anyway, year two does exist. There is an outline for it. Um, Here's a little teaser. All of the titles for the stories in it, because there's going to be one big arc. All of the titles for the stories come from the works of T.S. Eliot, because he's got some great imagery in some of his poems, And I'm not a big poetry guy. I'm really not. But um, the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock, The Wasteland, and The Hollow Men. There's some great lines in there. Um, let's see. Time to murder and create. Dare I disturb the universe? I have heard the mermaids singing till human voices wake us. Um, Bin gar keine Russen, which translates into in German into I am not Russian at all. I gotta use that somewhere with Alex. Um, they call me the Hyacinth Girl. Um, Death by Water, the Fire Sermon, What the Thunder Said. In this valley of dying stars, between the idea and the reality, gathered on this beach of the Tumid River. Just great imagery there, especially for what this the second year is going to be like, and it's going to be very different from what I did before because before it was kind of this Tolkien-esque pastiche, and I'm not really even a big fan of that type of stuff. I don't even know why how I managed to get anyway. It's going to be very different from what we did from what's been done for the last 20 years. So and there's other things that I'm working on too with Centaurs. Um, I've actually been working for a while on trying to put together a pitch to pitch it as an animated series to a streaming service like a Netflix or Amazon or whomever. But there's that going to be going on. I've got all of this content for Crackpot Computing and Crackpot Cartoonists that I'm going to be doing. So 2022, hopefully, is going to be the year I get monetized. I hope. All right, enough of me rambling. I've been rambling for 17 minutes. It's time to draw. Let's get the Cintiq out here and let's pop up Clip Studio. And I need to push this back here. And all right, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing start on page 23, and we're going to be I'm going to ink. I'm in Clip Studio, and let's see, open. And that's not the right one. Let's not do the not safe for work stuff. Uh, oops. Well, it was tiny. You couldn't see anything. Please no, that's what she said jokes. Okay, panels. Just the way that I do this is that each one of the panels, on each page is an individual Photoshop file, and then I composite those together in Photoshop to make the page. That gets output for going up on the web, and yeah, I'm seeing the James. You're talking about the wasteland. Yes, I know about the dark imagery, very wonderful imagery, and that's what I like about Eliot. I'm not a big poetry fan, but I do like Eliot, and it is that because of that imagery, and I am going to be pulling some of that imagery out for titles. Um, so all right, so let's open up panel 1 on page 23. And yes, I want to convert. Okay, so what we have here is we've got, um, I've done the roughs. I've got the text, dialogue in here, and then I just roughed this in. And so let's shrink that and let's create a new layer. I'm in Clip Studio because the drawing tools are just so much better than they are in Photoshop. So I want to select my pen. I'm going to use the textured pen, and let's do that now. We'll zoom in here, and this is the bad guy, who, if you haven't seen the page already, has just stabbed Alex. Whoop, oops, didn't mean to do that. On the on the Cintiq, I've got this little button here on the pen, and if I push this part of it, the front, it is the grip, um, the hand, and sometimes I don't get it just right, and I end up drawing instead of grabbing and pulling. So uh, that will probably happen quite frequently. Um, I don't have a window up right now that tells me how many people are on the that are viewing. So if you're viewing, say hello. Please say hello. I do have a chat window up so I can see the chat, but I just can't see how many people are on. And I just love this the drawing tools in here. Clip Studio is actually used to be marketed here in the States as Manga Studio, and it's actually from Japan, and it's got a lot of great tools that I just haven't really dived into, and I hope to because um, because Photoshop, I mean, Photoshop has its advantages and its place. It was not meant for drawing. It is a not a drawing program. It is it's a photo retouching program, is what it is. And eventually, I would love to. Oh, I need to go back to the pen. I would love to just be able to do everything in here. All right, let's get the little. What was the name of that little monkey-like thing in Return of the Jedi that was always hanging around Jabba the Hutt? What was the name of that thing? Anyway, this little character kind of reminds me of that. I remember he's got some kind of scaly, because he's like a snake. a naga of sorts, and so he's got kind of scaly. He's also got some armor on him. Salacious Crumb, thank you very much. You know, where do they come up with these names for these Star Wars characters? It just, I don't know. You know, it's bad when I was talking with a friend of mine about Star Wars, and I mentioned that about it was you know, now that you know that the that um, Return of the Jedi is actually considered now one of the top three Star Wars films. That's pretty bad. You know, I got stuff going on all kinds of layers here. I've really kind of screwed things up here. Oh, well, I'll clean it up in Photoshop. Um, you know, like Jar Jar Binks. Oh my God. As bad as Jar Jar Binks was, that's nothing compared to the Rise of Skywalker. I came out of there thinking, watching that movie, thinking that's the culmination of 40 years of my life. Oh, oy. Okay. And I've heard that um, Matrix is not any better. So I kind of knew it was going to be as soon as I saw it, saw the previews for it. You know what? Hard pass. All right, so I need to save this, and here's the thing: I can't really save it as a Photoshop because I'm going to save it a Photoshop big document. That should save everything here in the formats that I need. Uh, yeah, I heard that was just wasn't really good, and so yeah, it's a hard pass on that one. Um, I gotta say, I really liked Ghostbusters, and I really liked um, Spider-Man. I thought those two films worked. Those two films came out really, really good. So, if you have not seen either one of those, go see them because they are good films. They are really worth it. All right, so now I've got I'm loading in the second panel of this page is just basically them teleporting away. So it's just kind of a sound effect panel. And so I've got a third panel here, which will be a larger panel. And that's got quite a bit of, that's got a lot of work that needs to be done. Hey, okay. Well, I tell you what, oy gewillt. All right, let's do this. Let's put in a new layer here. Put a new raster layer in. And okay, that's Lenny. That's everybody else. So I actually swap these around. And then I'm going to put in, just going to fill this with a color. That didn't work very well, did it? Let's try a different color. Let's try a little bit lighter. So I can actually see what's going on here. Okay, that's better. All right, so now let's turn this off and let's flesh out and define the shapes here. So let's create a new vector layer or a new raster layer, and I'm going to load up the pencil tool, and I'm going to just make it red. And let's go in here and let's do a more or start refining the shape here of Lenny. So, oh, no wonder it's too light. Try that. There we go. Let's make it a little bit thicker so I can actually see it. Okay. Drawing Lenny is like drawing a caricature of Jim Carrey. It's so rubbery, and I can do whatever I need, get him to. So, hold on a second. I need to put my eyes back on here. I need to order new glasses. Let's see. There's the video analytics. Channel content. Yeah, see, I don't know what's going on here. I mean, it's live. YouTube's got a page here that has a column for this that says live viewers, and it's not putting any live viewers in there. I don't. Oh, YouTube. Oh, YouTube. Subscribe. See live count. Well. Okay. One of these days, I'll actually figure out how YouTube works. Um, all right, so let me push this back here so that I can see what I was drawing. And actually, I want his expression to be a little more grumpy. because after all, Alex just got stabbed. So there we go. I think that's a little better. And push his ears more like this. Just so you know, can anyone figure out how YouTube works? YouTube doesn't know how YouTube works. And you think I'm joking. I'm not, because the algorithm, the almighty algorithm that we're all chasing is a machine learning algorithm. And nobody knows how it works because the machine is programming itself. I mean, it's Skynet. Okay, so that's going to be what I'm going to draw Lenny off of. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this as Lenny Ruff. And I'm going to turn off the purple version. And yeah, I think that, let's see, his cheek is a little bit too far there. There we go. That's better. That's better. Okay. Good. All right. So now I need to flesh out some of the other characters in here. I'm going to pick another color here. Yeah, I'll pick purple because I'm not doing Lenny now. Of course. And let's turn on these other characters here. All right, I need to do something with Alex, lying in a pool of his own blood. Boy, it sure got dark tonight, didn't it? All right, so let me mark this as Alex. Alex Ruff. Okay, so I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna turn the opacity on it down just a little bit. There we go. All right, so well, I'm drawing the wrong layer. Did you base Lenny's appearance on Bob Hope? No, actually, I didn't. I don't know where I came up with Lenny's appearance, but it wasn't based on Bob Hope. However, when Bob Hope died, which was in 2003, I did note the similarity, and I drew there's a page in one of the original, incarnations of Axial Centaurs. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay, that's not it. Where was that? Duty. It's not Duty Now to the. Is it down? No, it wasn't in Duty Now to the Future. It was in. Lair of the Insectars. Boy, I haven't looked. Oh man, looking back on some of these early drawings, it's like, oh yikes! How off model can you be, John? Let's see, where was that? There was. I drew a picture of, and with Lenny in the background. And he had a golf club, and that was when it, and that I drew that on the day that the story broke about Bob Hope, and I'm pretty sure it was down here in this. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that far. Oh boy. It's funny looking back on all of this stuff. No, that's not it. Um, Ah, I can't. I don't remember where it was. But I did draw. I did draw one with um, a page with Lenny uh, in the background talking to Alex, and he had on a he had a um, I can't find it now. Um, but yeah, he was holding a golf club, and it was on the day, like I said, it was on the day that they announced. Um, okay, I'm going to give up on that because I need to move on. Um, Speaking of blood and guts, have you ever thought about doing an internal anatomy study of either Alex or Sam? Yes and no. Not a formal one, but actually, that does actually play into the scene I'm drawing here because I do have mapped out what the internal anatomy is um, and how it corresponds to a human anatomy or bipedal anatomy. And basically, the human torso is just a glorified neck. There's no internal organs in in um, in there. And in fact, there will be a line of dialogue coming up where Lenny basically says as much. He says, "You ought to be glad. You better be glad that uh, that all you've got there is a glorified neck, and or you'd be dead." And so uh, basically everything is down in the equine portion, um, and that kind of makes sense because if you're, I think once you get into having a dual cardiovascular system with two hearts, two sets of lungs, two sets of gastrointestinal tracts, two of everything. It gets the complexity goes up exponentially, and so um, um, and actually I don't need to draw the legs because I'm going to have a character sitting right here, kind of covering that up. So I'm not going to bother with the legs, but let's see. So so basically the back legs would correspond to the back legs on a human, with all of the stuff that goes along with the, that part of the body. Then the torso, the equine torso, would be basically everything up to just under the armpits, and then the body would get extruded out from there into a long neck that would then be formed into looking like the human torso with a second rib cage. But there it would just be basically muscle and bone in there, and not any internal organs. The the equine lungs and other organs, heart and everything, I think would have enough capacity to be able to provide the life support for the rest of the body. So, but that's kind of how I envision this. And then the way that Alex and Sam's brains are wired, their hands, their arms feel like the human arms and legs, or arms and hands. So it's not like they're like this is some other limb that they're having to control, but because basically they're hexapodal instead of, well, it wouldn't be hexapods because hexapod means six leg. It's six limbed. I don't know what the term for that would be, but they quadrupedal locomotion. It's just the when they ended up in the other dimension, and when you make the transition, you basically get rewired for whatever kind of locomotion and body structure you've got now. Um, but those are the kind of things that you have to think about in order to have an internal consistency to your story. Otherwise, you start having, you start making mistakes, and if it gets popular, like I would love for Accidental Centaurs to be. I know it's not, but like you have to. Star Trek has to maintain what the internal um, anatomy of a Vulcan is, the fact that the heart is down where the human liver is, because if they don't, then if they do an episode, which I wouldn't put it past the current Star Trek, but don't even get me started on that. Where the Vulcan heart was somewhere else, and that was a plot point, then they'd get murdered. Especially these days on the internet, it was bad enough in the '70s with fans writing in and complaining. It's even worse now. So, um, all right, let's. I can barely see Sam. I need to darken this up. So, let me let me do this and darken it up so I can. It's got a little more contrast for this. Where is the? Oh, there it is, right there. Boop. Yeah, that's a little better. All right, so we'll go back to doing this, and then we'll call this Sam. Rough. And of course, I just did that with the, yeah. Oh well, that's what undo is for. Grab my pencil here, and let's pull this over here, and let's zoom in a little bit. So, just out of curiosity, is there anybody else out there watching? If there is, please say hello and say something. Because James and I are very lonely here. I think that Tuesday is when I'll be doing the Blender modeling. And I think the first couple of, well, certainly until I get better at it, because I've still got a long ways to go on Blender. Um, I think I'm going to try to build a model of a 747. I've got found some good reference drawings, and I'll use that. Okay, yeah, that's down there, and then at the belt, Alex's head. Okay, so she's lying down back there. Okay. All right, that's good. Now, in addition to doing 7 Centauri pages, I'm also going to eventually, I think I'll alternate between doing these pages and finishing up the pages for Lair of the Insectars, which is way overdue. That's only like 10 years ago, right? Let's see. So let's see. I've got a list here, a breakdown of the pages, and it's halfway done. I have 70.5 pages inked and colored of Lair of the Insectars, and I have 70.5 left to go. So we are almost halfway through getting this penciled. No, it's completely penciled, but between getting this inked and colored, which I really would like to do because I really would like to put that out as a book. So only 3 people can buy it. Just a little cynical there. Okay. I need some reference material because I need to find. I gotta remember what this character looks like. So let's load up, open, and let's find a page with that character. Of course, now they're all Photoshop icons. Ugh. All right, I have a solution for this. And that is to go to Adobe Bridge. And drag it over here. How about that? All right, and then I can find the one I'm looking for, the character I'm looking for. Where is he? 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 There he is. Okay. There he is. Make this a little bigger. And then drag this over here where I can see it, but you don't need it. Oh, you can't see it right now. Oh well. Sorry about that. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's because it says Clip Studio. Okay, well, I'm still setting this up, so forgive me for not having it 100%. Let's see, I need to put this, I need to create a new layer and put that way up here. All right, so he's got kind of longer hair. So I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna go ahead and do him red. And these have got kind of roly-poly, bouncy bodies. And actually, this is way too big. So I'm going to shrink this down after I get some detail in here. All right, so I'm going to shrink, zoom out here. Yeah, see, he needs to be total about that big. So let's grab this. Actually, grab this. Grab the rectangle here. And then expand, shrink, delete. Now, here we go, resize. Scale, rotate. There we go. And we'll scale it. Bring in. Maybe a little bit bigger. There we go. And now say OK. And then select, deselect. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to say deselect. Now let's select our pencil again. All right. Okay. All right, so now I can turn this off and turn this off. And we'll turn this off. No, that's no, we'll keep that. All right. Let's do some inking, shall we? Let's call this Lenny Final. And here we go. Select that. I want my textured pen. I want it black. And let's zoom in here. And I actually want to turn everybody off except Lenny. There we go. Okay. By the way, just make a just letting you know, I'm actually going to be doing a an NFT collection. Um, I believe that's got everything for Lenny, right? Except for the oh, you know what? I want to even up those eyes a little bit. Let me zoom in on that. Yeah, see, he's kind of got Alfred E. Newman eyes here. Well, one's higher than the other. So I'm kind of there. There we go. That's better. That's better. So let's, yeah. Okay, good. Um, but yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to be doing an NFT collection. Hopefully get it launched here soon. I've got it all done. Yeah, let's get Alex. Let's do Alex. Um, since he's further away, I want to drop the. Nope, didn't want to do that. Wrong layer. We're going to do a new layer and call it Alex. Final. You gotta actually type it in. Alex Final. And I don't want the eyedropper, I want the pen. So let's do, and I don't want blue. I want to be back in black, back over here on black. Okay. But as I was saying, I'm going to do an NFT collection. Um, I'm going to take a little break here for a second and pop this up here. See, open. And I want to go computing. Code, no. Let's try this again. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, where did I put it? I gotta find out where I put it. Because I want to give you a little um, preview of is this a contract? Images. Yeah, okay, here we go. Here's what the NFTs are going to look like. Look familiar? um, should look a little familiar. Um, there are 10,000 of these with different shirts and pelts and various attributes. Um, and the collection will be called Centaur Cuties. So I will be making some announcements about that soon. Um, but that's yeah, that's going to be another project. So that will be a project that I'm going to do on both the computing and the cartooning channels. So kind of ties into both. Let's see. There's some with T-shirts. There are some with this kind of Star Trek kind of uniform. There's ones with, let's see, a bikini top, polka dot bikini top. And yes, some of them do look like Sam. That one really looks like Sam. Wow, that one really does look like Sam. Um, okay. But like I said, there's 10,000 of them, and some of them got some uh, unusual coloration. Oh, come on. See, where was that one? Yeah, like, yeah, I'm not going to find that. There's 10,000 of them. I'm not going to find one particular one. But you can see some of them got some unusual coloring, magenta and green, and so okay. So, I think I'm going to pack it in for tonight because I'm getting a little tired. Been a long day. I did grocery shopping and everything. Uh, what was that? Oh God, I hate Windows. Oh yeah, by the way, there's my the backdrop to my screen. Um, so yeah, I think I'm gonna pack it in for tonight. But out of a few without the top. Actually, there are some, and they're very rare. They're going to be very rare, but there are some that are without the top. Yeah. Um, and I'll do some videos. I'm planning on doing some videos about NFTs and from a cartoonist perspective. Um, but yeah, um, I think yeah, I'm gonna try and get that launched. Maybe next week. We'll see. Um, I've got to get the smart contracts put together. There's a lot of things that have to be done. It's not the simplest and most straightforward thing in the world because it's a relatively new technology, and it's like doing a web page was back in 1995. It was extremely complex. It was a very convoluted and difficult thing to do to do a web page back then, and um, now it's not. It's 25 years later. We've got drag and drop stuff for to build web pages and things like that. So we're very early on with NFTs and cryptocurrency and decentralized finance and all of that stuff. So it's a wild west right now, but it will eventually become safe for the average person. But now's the time, I think, to get involved with it, and there's a lot of upside on it. Um, but yeah, I am going to do some without the top. There are some without the top, and in fact, what I may do is I'm going to I've got I'm going to have a chunk of them reserved as my personal stash, and I may for as a perk of being a Patreon member, um, give an NFT as one um, as a perk of membership. You'll need a wallet, and we'll go. If I do go that route, we'll give you all the details on how to do it. Um, yeah, my brain is fried. It's been a long day. I had to go to Publix today, and just dealing with people and Publix and groceries just burns my brain out. Um, so what have I got over here? Oh, got a couple little sketches over here. I just saw these. Um, there's Jesse, or a Sheltie. Actually, that's a little more, a little fatter than Jesse is. Jesse is very skinny. And then here's another little Sheltie. And these are for a lot much. This is from about a year ago. You can see the date on them right here. The date code is January 1st. No, 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 no. I'm not. I'm reading this wrong. August 1st. August 1st of 2021. And is this the same date? Um, Similar. It's the second. And then this is not a Sheltie, obviously. And I haven't done any of these in a while, but what I do with these is I've got, let's see, yeah, you can tell I really prepared for this show. Do I have any here? Do I have them here? I've got these. I have some envelopes. They're 8.5 by 5.5 envelopes. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And what I do with this art, and actually I'm going to redo these. I need to redo these because they all say Studio Tachyon. But what I was doing for a while was there we go. Put that back. My battery stash. So I'll take these. I've got two sets of them here. I've got these, the green, which is kind of family faces, family oriented. And then I've got these, which have the warning sticker on them. And what I do with them is I just put artwork in them, and then seal it up, and stick them in a bin. And so it's mystery art. You don't know what you're going to get. You could probably make some money drawing people's dogs, cats, horses, and all. I know people who do that, and I had a very good. I actually did a piece. I helped a friend of mine from the NCS, um, and with a book that he was doing, and he in gratitude he does pet portraits, and so he said, can I pay you for this work? And I said, no, man, it's, I'm happy to help. I said, I tell you what, if you really feel like you want to do something, I really like your pet drawings. Would you do one of my dog? And he said, sure. And he did this beautiful cross-hatched. It's stored away so that it can be framed later. Um, just this beautiful crosshatch drawing of Jesse, and he just nailed it. He just nailed it. The thing about me doing it is that it would still look like a cartoon, and all my dogs look alike, all my horses look alike. And I can't draw cats. I just don't. I'm not a cat person. I didn't grow up around them. I don't know cats. It just that just never worked for me. So I just don't really know how to draw cats. All my cats look like Garfield. So, so yeah, if I was a better artist, if I had a little more training, I could probably do that. But I just know my limitations as an artist, um, and heaven knows I have them. So, um, anyway, so I think we're gonna pack it in for tonight. Um, my brain hurts. So before I shut it down, any other last questions? Um, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more organized with this next time around. What is this? Oh my gosh, this is an article about a friend of mine from high school, from when I was in high school. Um, you see the things I have around here. Um, so and just wait for the latency to get my requests out there. If we don't have anything else, I think we'll probably pack it in for tonight. Tomorrow, not tomorrow night, but Tuesday night, Tuesday, same time, same YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing Blender, and that's gonna be interesting because I've never done live 3D modeling before. But I think I've got where's my here we go my my notebook, my notes book. I've got a page here. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, I got a ton of idea things here to do uh, modeling in Blender. Like 747 ships from Star Wars, Ecto One. That would be an interesting one. Um, the Enterprise, all of the Enterprises. Um, doing houses. Um, um, I'd like to do the bridge of the Enterprise. That would be fun. The eagle from Space 1999. That's a great design. I love that. But yeah, maybe do some computers. I've got. I don't know if you can. No, you can't see it. Let me kind of right over here. This is a um, Apple Macintosh 128K, the original Mac from 1980, the original 1984 Mac. Um, with the I loved listen to that keyboard. I love the sound of that keyboard. Apple's keyboards back then were just wonderful. I loved the sound of Apple's keyboards. And of course, you know about my keyboard here. I have an IBM Model M. I got another one back up here, and then there's two more out in the car that I got to bring in. So yeah, and I got the TI Professional up there, so I could model some of these classic computers. There's a lot of great things we could do models of, and I eventually want to get into doing animation, character animation, and doing some filmmaking with Blender. But one step at a time, eh? One step at a time. Um, and yes, I will let you know after the move. Uh, the plan is I haven't started, but the plan is I'm going to do a purge. I know I've been talking about doing a purge for 15 years, but I'm actually going to do a purge, get rid of a lot of stuff, um, and then I'm actually going to end up having to rebuild Deskzilla. there are aspects of Deskzilla that need addressing. The height, things like that, is not really a comfortable workspace. I thought it would be, but it wasn't. um, but you know, live and learn. But we're going to have Son of Deskzilla, and that will be the new space where I will be shooting. When I get the house sold, I plan on upgrading my computers. I might even, maybe might even get a new Cintiq. This one has been wonderful, but it is going on 15 years old. I can't believe that. Anyway, so yes, I will let you know and keep you up to date on the move. I'm going to continue doing streaming up until I have to shut down and pack up and move. So that's going to be happening. I'm going to start. We're going to be shooting some new content for computing. This is really cool. I've got some old Byte magazines. I'm going to go through the Byte magazines and point out some interesting things in the Byte magazines. If you remember Byte from the day, it was really, it's really a time capsule of what computing was like at that, you know, the point in time that issue, particular issue would come out. So yeah, just got a lot of stuff, a lot of great plans. I've just got to get out of this house and get situated so that I can follow through on them, and I will let you know, because I would love to do those commissions. I need to get Magic Man finished up, and I will, because I want to do another Naughty Bits books. Those make money. Those really make money. I'm going to do some more T-shirts like this one. This is a design of my own. That'll tie in with the computing. So yeah, 2022. You know, it's not going to be a fun year, but it should be a productive one. So, any last minute questions or anything? And like I said, we'll just have to wait for the latency to to get that out there. Because if you don't have anything, then I will be signing off and saying goodnight. So, oh, hold on a second, Jesse. Out of sight and into trouble. Come here, baby. Come here, sweetie. Come here, Jessie. She's got this look on her face like, you're not going to pick me up and put me on camera again, are you? Yes, I am. Come here. Come here, baby. Come over here. Oh, don't be passive aggressive. Come here. Come up here and say hello. There she is. Yeah, hi, Jessie. Hi. Say goodnight. Okay, you ready to go? All right. Well, we will see you. I will be back on the air on Tuesday doing Blender. We'll be on the air Tuesday doing Blender, won't we? Won't we? All right. Good night. Drive safely, and thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time around.